we're back. Look, I love music. I love musicians. This person coming on the show today, Sean Kingston, Blue and Damage. I used to party with him and his mother. He used to feed me, and his brother and I used to make money on the side. Sean Kingston, somebody that a lot of people have liked and loved in music, but he's been through a lot. He's been through the near fatal accident with the jet ski. He had different beefs in the industry, and so it's good to see him resurge after 4 years. Are you both fans of Sean Kingston?
I'm
Mm-hmm.
West Indian. Hello. Yeah, of course I
and,
am.
and I feel like Mama Kingston has fed every soul in Hollywood. So
Mm.
salute to Mama Kingston. That food is so damn good. Woo!
Please follow her on Instagram. It's nothing but like food porn and pictures of Sean. It's equal
Well,
measure.
listen, the thing I love about Sean and his family is that they are a family of hustlers. We know we've seen all the drama play out too with the repossessions and different things happen, jewelry. But he's managed by my friend Juan G. So it's interesting now to see where his career is going to go. He's been gone for 4.5 years. Can an artist leave for 4 years now and come back and be relevant?
Kendrick's doing it right now. So I think
Yeah,
so.
but Kendrick is so
That's
edgy. My
Kendrick.
thing with yeah, Sean is so nice. I've never understood all the broke rumors and nasty stories, along with the man with the nice, fun music that makes me feel good at parties. So I would love to hear how he reconciles those two narratives about him in the media.
Well, it's interesting, when it comes to the media, some of them are haters, not us at Hollywood Unlocked. People like us, because
Never, yes.
we try to be fair, but sometimes there's things that's going on. I mean, some artists just always have these negative things happening about them. Now, Sean has always been somebody behind the scenes I've seen make moves and be positive and, maybe sip a little bit on the side. I don't know what was in his cup, but either way, he used to do his thing. Now, I never knew him to be problematic though. And there's some
Mm-mm.
artists that when things happen, they're gonna be the first to get out there and say something. And then there's artists that retreat and don't say anything. So it's gonna be interesting to find out why he's never really come out and addressed the issues that have gone on in the press about him and his financial challenges.
Mm.
But let's stop waiting. He's here.
Yes.
And we'll welcome Sean Kingston to the show. Sean, what's up?
What's up,
Woohoo!
man? What's poppin'?
I haven't seen Sean in Kingston in a long time, and I'm gonna tell you, one of my biggest memories. Well, two. One is that Mama Kingston don't play, and she's a thug. And two, you used to have the best parties in the hills that I used to not be able to get into, but when I did get in, it was lit. So I miss all those days.
It's a blessing, man. It's a blessing to be here. I'm happy we got a chance to, finally get on the show because, I've been watching you do your thing. I'm a fan of the show, so yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
Does your mom still have that catering business? Because the food used to be so
No,
lit
yes,
when you
she
had those
does.
parties.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, she
Oh my
does.
God.
she doesn't have the food truck anymore, but she definitely does do like private catering events or whatever like that. So shout out to Mama Kingston for sure.
Oh,
So,
mama's
so one
cooking.
thing, one thing I know about you and Kirk, your brother, and your mom is that you guys are a really, really tight family. Is that more of like a cultural thing, or is it just the way you were raised by your mother and her wanting the family to be tight?
Yeah, I think in Jamaica that's kind of like I think that's kind of mostly that's kind of normal with everybody. We always just like we're very tight, especially this is just my immediate family because we've been through so much. My mom was in prison, and when she came out, we caught up and we had to play a lot of catch time. And my dad hasn't really been in my life, so I feel like my mom, my brother, Kurt, as you mentioned, we all this is all we got, so we just be riding together like.
And then the hustle side, because beyond music, you're involved in a lot of different things. Kirk is a hustler. Mama Kingston has her business. Has hustling and having, and I'm not even gonna say you're Jamaican, so y'all be having lots of jobs because y'all be working. Was that also a cultural or family thing where it was always instilled in you to just be a hustler and get out there and get it?
Definitely, man. My first job and my only job I ever had, thank God, because I ended up getting discovered. But I definitely started, I was 12 years old. My mom was like, yo, listen, you going to bring some income in. You about to be a teenager. You got to bring some income in. I'm like, well, she taught me very young, like, no matter what it is, go out there and go get it. So I was definitely, I had my job. I was cutting grass. I was cutting grass for my uncle.
That's
He
right.
had a lawn service, and I was going out with him around North Miami Beach and Fort Lauderdale cutting grass and stuff for about 6 7 months. So yeah, I think it's always been a part of me just to hustle. Ever since then, I just always kept in my mind like no matter what it is, just go out there and go get it.
Now, I didn't know
Mhm.
your grandfather was in music too. So I mean, I thought you were like the starter for your family. Your grandfather, he's a legendary Jamaican
Yeah,
reggae.
legendary Jack Ruby. He produced a lot of stuff for Bob Marley, the Wailers, but some of the big hits for Bob Marley was he did I Shot the Sheriff.
Woo.
He did Get Up Stand
Oh
Up. He did like a
wow.
lot of big, yeah, yep. My grandfather.
Okay.
Okay, that's literally like West Indian like royalty, and I'm from the islands as well. And culturally speaking, we are taught to work very young. And by the way, I have to mention your mother, her page, and I'm happy she was brought up early. She has such good thirst traps when it comes to food. I call them. She has like food thirst traps. I'll be scrolling while I'm trying to be on a diet. I'm like, oh, that looks good. I want some ackee and saltfish. So
Yeah,
please
yeah, I
tell
can't
her.
selfish, yeah, for sure. Because listen, it just you know what it is. She just got so much, like she just got so much love, passion for cooking. Like she really does it, like just from her heart. Like I feel like it's how it is, man. It's a difference when it's got love into it. Like that lady she just loves to see people happy once they eat her food. So
She makes me homesick
I'm curious.
sometimes though.
Oh,
So my question was to take. I wanted to ask you like West Indians work hard. We do not know how to take days off, and you're working in an industry where folks already grind a lot. How do you find time to not be the Jamaican stereotype and have a million things going on at once? Like, do you ever take a day off? Let's
yeah,
demystify that now.
for sure. Like, for me, it's always like I definitely got other stuff going on. Like, even if it's not music, I'm always finding myself like, I got Airbnb properties and I'm doing. But as far as to answer your question, yeah, man, most definitely. I'm like, we relax. I like the beaches. I like the vibe. Sometimes I leave my phone at home and I just like to relax by the pool. Just doing different stuff like that. But when I'm relaxing, I really either like go to the beach or I just sometimes I just drive around just to drive around, even when I ain't got nowhere to go, just to clear my head type vibe too.
Now I know
Okay.
that beyond just singing and performing, you're also a songwriter. You've written for Jason Derulo, lots of other people. I know you and Chris at one point. I used to see you guys together. Like if I saw Chris, I saw you. If I saw you, I saw
Yeah,
Chris.
definitely, man. Definitely. Chris Brown was a huge, a huge impact like on my whole thing behind the scenes because like I did, I co-did Ayo with him and Tiger. I did Liquor, what's the other one? Not Liquor, Moses with him French Montana and the Migos. A lot of other ones I did for Chris. Like it's always been like I love that dude, man. It's always been nothing but honor and respect. So definitely, if I'm not really like for the last couple of years, I haven't been able to put out music because some people don't understand that it's the political side of the industry. So I wasn't able to put out some music due to a lot of bad contracts. So what I was doing was I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna play these games with these people. I'm gonna just get my money on the back end. And I was writing a lot of hits for a lot of people behind the scenes. So it was great. But now I'm excited that my manager, shout out Juan G, Bethany, 444 management. They definitely came in and got everything together to where I could actually, I'm able to be free from everything and to make music again. So
Do
I feel like we hear these stories a lot about the bad contracts. For an artist coming in the game today, man, got a new single popping, doing this thing on TikTok. What's some advice you can give them so we don't keep going down the same road or the same cycle of bad contract, bad business deals?
just really just study, you know what I'm saying? Get to know the business. Don't rush into it like, oh, just because I got this going on and I got all these people trying to, give me a situation. I feel like don't look for that. Really get involved into the knowledge side of it and really understanding the business because it could come in at a time where, like these people will be like, okay, you know what, we're gonna give you this amount of money. And all you gonna see is, what I'm saying, like me, like somebody coming up from the project from the hood, all you gonna see is like, damn, okay, $1 million, like that's what $1 million, that's gonna change my life forever. But in all reality about it, okay, that million sound cool, but you guess what? Now you tied up for these people for 10, 15 years. Now they got your sunset clause, they got your publishing situation, they get money off your shows, they own your masters. Now you feel me? Now when your kids are supposed to be getting paid off your royalties, they get paid off that because you signed that contract and took that $1 million. So I just say just to get the knowledge behind it and really understand what the business stands for and what kind of situation you want to get into.
So let me ask you, in your situation, what was it? Were you in a 360 deal, and how did that, like, how was that, how did that deal pan out?
It wasn't a 360, Jason. It was more like a situation where um, the people that got excited about me and knew how to work. So this is what happens when you get signed to a label. You get signed to the label. You have your A&Rs, you have your marketing team, you have the radio guy, you have all the people that's around the project, right? But the thing about it is, well, for me, it was. the people that was really excited about me, as far as the people that I just named, the radio guys, the A&R, the marketing people, all those people left Epic. They left Epic Records and they went to a whole other company. So I basically, no disrespect to them, but I basically was with some people now that are new that don't know anything about Sean Kingston. They don't know the essence of it. So they just chasing the hit, but they ain't really see the other people that left. They built with me and they understand my catalog. They knew how to work with me, what areas I was slacking at, how to put me over here and get me. So the new people that came in the building once everybody got fired or some people left, they don't know what to do with Sean Kingston now. So now they're like, okay, let's just do this because he's Jamaican. Let's put him here, and that ends up being corny. And then they like, okay, we should put this record out, and then now you don't want to put that record out, so they like, we're gonna put you on hold because you're arguing with an A&R about putting a record out that you know what I'm saying, and then they want that record to come out because they get credit off it. It's just so much political stuff that goes on between it. So it's kind of like you end up basically, Jason. I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna fall back because I had 2 more years, 3 more years on the contract left, and I wasn't excited with how they were working and stuff, what singles they were picking, and just the marketing side. I just wanted off the label, and I couldn't really get off. So with that being said, it was sad because my fans didn't hear from me for 3 years, but it's like now I'm all cleared. I signed the amazing deal with Empire. Shout out Ghazi,
Hey.
shout out me, shout out Tina Davis and Nima. They're amazing, and you know what I mean. I just been doing my thing, bro. Like I'm clean slate.
That's what I was gonna say because the fans really don't know. I recently ran into Chris and Tayana Taylor at the highlight room, and me and Tayana were having a conversation about her music because she as you walked away, and she was like, "I'm
Hmm.
done with music. I'm retiring." And I think
Hmm.
the fans don't really know the politics, and you're not messy, so you're not gonna be like me and go and say these bitches is fucking up my bag, so I'm out. But when you look at the labels and how they have this kind of involvement and impact on an artist's career, don't you wish there was more transparency so that way the fans know it's not their favorite star like a Sean Kingston or a Teyana abandoning them, that it's the politics that are getting in the way of the music?
Yes, I definitely 100% agree, and that's the most problem that I feel like somehow we got to come to agreement and fix this because the thing about it is you'll go on your Instagram and somebody be like, okay, this person fell off, like you said, Tiana fell off, Sean
Mm-hmm.
Kingston fell off, or Marion, whoever it is. You're like, what I'm saying, like I used to love this person, but I don't hear about them anymore. No, well, you got to think about it. Like I had so many hits. It wasn't on one. It wasn't the Beautiful Girls. It was Take You There. It was Duddy Love. It was Beat It with Chris
Mhm.
Brown and Wiz Khalifa. It was so many hits, so it wasn't a problem if Sean, especially that I write all my stuff. So it wasn't like, oh, Sean Kingston couldn't make another hit. It wasn't about that. It's just the business wasn't straight on the label side. And I feel like, yeah, I agree with you. There got to be some type of way to where we can, I wish that we could transparent this, like the fans could know exactly what's going on, and not that just put it all on the artist, like, okay, this guy's out of sight, out of mind type thing.
So this goes back to Damage. I'm thinking about the conversation we had with Chance the Rapper when we were talking about being independent versus a label. Sean, Steve Stout has United Masters. I really don't understand music. It's just I know when a song comes out, I call Damage and go, "Who was that?" But I know I just wish that the labels would stop treating artists like slaves and give them more ownership and give them more
Mm-hmm.
control because your creativity and your fans better than them.
And I agree, Jason, and that's exactly why I love Empire because it's an independent, but they have the major
Mm-hmm.
the services, like they have the team, they have the marketing guy, they have the radio people, they know how to get the record going and know how to what I'm saying, put you in the right thing. But it's also like they give you your ownership. You know what I'm saying? It's like basically it's like 70-70-30. You know what I'm saying? I get
Mm-hmm.
70%, they get 30%. Um, and I love it. You know what I'm saying? They treat you, of course, you got to make the best of any situation that you're in, no matter because they're gonna have every it's the business. But as far as under like being like having my ownership and being excited to be, it's like I have no complaints. They're definitely an amazing label. So yeah, I think that the independent route is the best route to go, especially if you got money yourself. Like if you got a little bag and you upcoming, you got a little. I definitely feel like just go ahead and just invest in yourself and get that thing hot and get it going before you just actually just sign somebody.
Now, can we see you with a record label soon? Because I know you had some artists in the past, and now with all this new knowledge you got now working with Empire, can we see you step back into that position once more?
Definitely. So I had Ayaz, which Shadi is like a melody. I wrote that song. That was
Mhm.
Ayaz. I had him. He was signed to me. He just got out of contract like a year and a half ago. Tory Lanez, people don't know this. A lot of people don't know. Some people know, but Tory Lanez was signed to me all the way to 2016.
What?
Tory Lanez was
Mhm.
definitely my artist. I discovered
Oh
him off
wow.
YouTube. So but with Tory Lanez and Ayaz, I definitely seen it. Like I definitely really want to build my label again, and I'm definitely doing that. So 100%, like all the talent, if you out there, hit me up, man. Hit me on the Instagram at Sean Kingston. I check my
Yeah.
DMs. I ain't like them. You feel me?
You,
I
you
ain't
say
bougie.
that, but we're gonna hit you up. We're gonna see, man. You
Nah,
say
man, nah.
that.
Hit me
I'm
up.
gonna
Hit me
DM
up.
you. I'm
I
gonna
ain't want.
DM you.
Nah, I'm definitely. I talk to the people and reach back to the people, man. I'm never one of them guys that just be because those are the consumers, and if they not, they definitely could be somebody. Because I was that guy that was hitting up everybody like, "Yo, listen to my music. Give me a chance. Give me a chance." So I definitely don't forget that.
No,
Sean, you're so oh
I
sorry.
didn't get a chance to talk to you about this 10 years ago. You know, it's been 10 years since you got in that near fatal accident on the jet ski. I island hop and I love to travel and get on the water. And I never really understood what happened. I'm sure you've told the story, but were you just driving recklessly? I mean, because I get on the water and when I feel the waves are a little too much, I slow down and I drive like a grandma. Were you just speeding and like trying to ghost ride the water, or what were you doing?
So basically, Jason, I was going 75 miles per hour, but it wasn't really it being fast was the issue. The issue was um, the tide got high. So usually I used to, because I lived on the water. So usually I always rode my jet ski around like, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock type of vibe. I never really rode in the afternoon. You know what I'm saying? So this time, I ended up riding like at 5:30, and basically, Jason, the tide got high. So as soon as I rode up to as soon as I tried to make it under the bridge, I always could make it under a bridge at the time that I used to ride it at. But now, it's 5:30. The water moved and it rose all the way up. So now I'm going 75 miles per hour trying to make it under this bridge. And as soon as I get close to it, I'm trying to slow down. But jet ski doesn't have any sudden brakes, so I'm trying to slow down. I just ended up going right into the bridge. Boom. Like yeah.
Wow.
Whew.
Well, I'm glad that you survived that because I remember when it happened, and I didn't know the details of it. I just knew that it was serious, and you almost died. What was the biggest experience you walked away from that situation besides the tide thing? But like, did you when you're going through such a euphoric experience like almost dying, was there a lesson that came to you out of all that?
Yeah, just be humble. Don't think it through. Don't always try to rush things and just what I'm saying, live in the moment. Just relax and let everything, what I'm saying, and appreciate it as well. Ever since then I always say to myself like God gave me a second chance at life, so my work ain't done. So now when I'm moving with a different, what I'm saying, a different state of mind because it's like I'm here for a reason. So I just try to, what I mean. But if anything, if anybody I would try to say is like, have your fun, live your life, but always think stuff through and always just be cautious right, as you're moving. So
So, Blue, you were gonna say something?
Yeah, no, I'm just listening to him talk, and you're saying some pretty like life altering, slightly devastating things, and you have like a smile on your face, and you're still being so pleasant. Whenever I think of you, it's almost like when I think of Lunella, I think of happiness. When I think of you, I smile. Like the minute I think of your music, I start smiling. You're notorious for being positive, but you've been through a lot.
I've
Is there
been through
ever like
some.
a diss track or like a cathartic Sean King
I've kind of,
moment
it's
coming?
like
I want to see you just stop being. You're so nice. It's lovely.
I done been through so much, man, and it's just like I I got a beautiful, uplifting mom, and I got a beautiful, uplifting family. So even when I'm going through my darkest times, it's like I'm always seeing the light because I just tend to realize that you can't control what's already. You know what I'm saying? God's already gonna put everything how it is, so you can't control it. You just gotta watch it unfold. And when it unfolds, you just gotta learn from your mistakes and just move forward. So it's just like I always just be positive because positive is, what I'm saying, that's you can't do nothing about it. It's already happened. What happened is the damage has been done already.
But you're
Now
an
you're one of the
amazing writer, though. So I
okay.
feel like there's a diss track that you've hidden somewhere. I'm one day I'm gonna find your notebook. I'm gonna DM you, and you can send it to me privately.
Definitely.
Well, one of the things for sure, I mean, you've been around and in the industry for years. You've been lit. I've been at the parties. I've seen them. A lot of rappers, a lot of the newer rappers have been, we've seen a lot of people dying. We saw XXX murder. We saw Little Peep die. We saw What's
Pop
the
Smoke.
rapper?
Juice World.
Juice World. Like we've seen a
Yep.
lot of Pop Smoke. We've seen a lot of young
Pop Smoke,
rappers die.
yeah.
I know my era was you saw Biggie and Tupac, really two of the biggest. Not really a lot more than that. When you look at what's happened over the years with these rappers, these artists, and with the drugs and then the killings, what do you think about?
I just think about just being like I said, man. These people like just I just wish that like a lot of because there was it was a time and a time in given where I was drinking lean and or I tried it or what I'm saying. I never was a part of the pills because what I'm saying, but there was a time where I was like, okay, let me try this or whatever it may be, and just being all that pressure, just going through all that pressure and having so much to deal with. You gotta think about it. I've been in the industry since I was 17, and it's just hard. We go through different things, and people perceive you a certain way, and it's just one minute, it's just so much stuff that you go through that I feel like it's definitely it's devastating. But you gotta also know it's a brighter side to it. So like I caught myself, and I started realizing like, okay, this wasn't me, and I feel like it's sad, but you just got to catch yourself, and it's unfortunate that a lot of the great young great ones didn't really get a chance to, and it's just crazy, man. It's just like, especially the ones like Juice World was a great friend of mine. Long live Juice World, amazing guy, genius, like one of the best personalities that I ever done came across. But I guess he was, he was suffering inside from a lot of different stuff that nobody couldn't, what I mean? And I know how it is. I know how it be. Depression is
When
real.
you
You
say
know?
the pressure, talk to me about that. What pressure is it? The pressure of the fans, pressure because one pressure I
Yeah,
know with Cardi B, when Cardi B had her first hot single and then her album, the pressure's on to perform again. The pressure's on to stay
Mhm.
perceivably on top. What was it? The pressure from the fans, pressure from the industry, pressure of the
it's just
schedule.
pressure. Yeah, pressure from the industry, pressure from the media. One at a time, I felt like I was the media punching bag. And a lot of people, yeah, I did make some mistakes, and I can own up to them. I'm not gonna be one of them guys that just like, what I'm saying, I'm 31 years old now, so I'm gonna tell her how it is. I was young, and we all go through that. If you give somebody $1 million at 17, it's gonna have a lot of stuff to go. What I'm saying, especially coming from where I came from, it's gonna be a lot of mess ups. But I just felt like I was a media punching bag, and there was a lot of stuff going on, and people believe what they read, even when it's not true. Okay, this jury lawsuit, yeah, it might be a jury lawsuit, but why do I have the jury lawsuit? Because this jury tried to play me. He tried to sell me some Moissanite diamonds, and he told me it was real
Hmm.
diamonds, or you know what I'm saying, or why did this happen? Like it's always another thing to it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's really me because, like I said, I got people around me that's I had people around me that was just around for the wrong reasons. They just all want to be in the limelight and all want to do this and the flies cars and all the jewelry, all the stuff that come with it. So they inspired a lot of stuff, but it's just a lot of the stuff, and I could say as a man, wasn't really true. And the media have a big, it's just how it is. You got a huge blog as well, but I respect your blog. Your blog is whatever you know what I'm saying. It's 90% true. Like a lot of your is hands on. You getting the tea from somebody else. But a lot of these other blogs, they be like, oh, let me post this, let me work that, and it's us. They do stuff for clickbait, and they don't even really know. And it's sad because the people will read that and it'll be like, okay, cool, like this person is like, okay, like he broke, like this guy's, what I'm saying. And it's like ever since I ain't never even when I was going through what I was going through, I still lived in a big house. You've been to my houses before, Jason. I still had
I,
three
I
four
I've been
cars.
I've been in the elevator in your house.
You
Yeah,
better talk your Sean. He's like, I've
look,
never been broke.
hey, look, that's another elevator right there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
He's
he's flexing. That is a flex. You
I mean,
better. Oh wow.
there's so many levels. By the time you get to the bar, you ain't trying to walk up all them damn steps.
Is that a mall? That's like a shopping mall. Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
god.
As he turned it more, it got more extravagant. I was like, oh,
Right.
oh.
Let's talk about that because I do feel like when I recently interviewed Bow Wow, and I feel like when it comes to people like you and Bow, and or just in people in general who've had longevity in the business, have created great moments in hip hop or R&B history, it's how soon do the fans forget that and then turn you into a mockery when you go through real life challenges or perceived challenges that are made up in the press? How did you deal with all this stuff, and why didn't you ever defend yourself?
You know what too? And I used to always say this. I used to be like, yo, I used to tell my previous manager, like, can we really go? Like, let me answer let me really come out. and really say my side or say my piece or really clear my. And she used to always be like, "No, Sean, because if it's not true, it's just you're gonna add it on. It's just gonna get people are gonna just boom, 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 like it's gonna die down if you don't say nothing about it. People are not gonna worry. It's something else is gonna happen bigger than tomorrow, and boom, bam, boom." I'm like you, Jason, right? I believe, yo, this ain't real. You lying on me. This facts. Let's go. But it's, as you get older, you know, okay, that's the way to go. But now, I know that now. But when I was, listening to my manager, listen to my previous manager in my team, they're like, okay, just let it be quiet because that ain't gonna be true. This one, you know what I'm saying? And this is like, I just tell people all the time, man. A lot of stuff you read ain't true. A lot of it is. It
Hmm.
just all depends. It's just all depends. You got to get your right outlets and you got to get a lot of stuff. But when it came to me, I just didn't like how they was just like, oh, the jury, or not only the jury lawsuits. Oh, his car got repossessed, or this, that. It's just like, man, I got 4 cars in Jamaica. I got a $3 million home in Jamaica. I don't even cars that I don't even drive. Like, you feel me? Nobody ain't talking about that. Nobody ain't talking about that. I give back all
But
this stuff
and
every year.
that's why we created Hollywood Unlocked, because I feel like there has to be a balance. Everything in the world can't be cancel this, me too that, this person stole this person died. Like,
Mhm.
nobody wants to wake up every day, I mean at least me, and read the bad worst stuff about everybody all the time, you know? And
Mhm.
that's but I'm glad that you're finally sticking up for yourself. Is it now,
Hmm.
is that helping to wade through the pressures of the industry now that you are
For
able to
sure, for
speak
sure. Like
freely?
I've been talking to a lot of people doing the interviews, and I've been opening up and just letting them know, like, okay, this is just what it is. It's like you know what I'm saying. It was just like the mistakes that happened. I could own up to those, and these, and that were, these were them. But it's also another side of it. It's just where people just wanted to bring me down. You know what I'm saying? A dude would just be
Hmm.
like, all right, you know what? You ain't paying me on you. You did this, or you got. I'm going to TMZ, or they'll threaten you with that. Like they used to really threaten me with that. Like I'm going to go to TMZ and make you look bad if you don't do this and try to. I'm like, boy, that's extortion. Like you feel
Wow.
me? But that's how they look at it. They like, okay, you know what? This dude is just we're gonna tear him down. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy.
I have a question because we don't talk about this a lot in the industry, but recently T Pain came out and told a story about how Usher said he ruined music and how it sent him down like a 4 year depression. Ever in your career has an artist said anything that discouraged you, or maybe you used it as fuel? Was there ever another artist that came to you and said something you was looking at him like, "Are you serious?"
Um, Not really. I mean, when me and the game was, we had our little stuff going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Years back, but that wasn't really. You know what I'm saying? That was just off of somebody else's situation. But
Hmm.
um, it
I'm
would,
saying musically. Anybody ever
music,
step to you musically like, "Man, this
musically,
ain't
nah,
this
nah,
don't
nah,
so
nah, nah,
sound
nah,
right"?
nah, nah, nah. But I
Ah.
did see that T Pain story, and I was like, yo, that's kind of that. That's real because being like somebody like Pain, he think auto tune for me. I felt like he the goat because auto tune everybody using it now. Like now you see, it's like you can't even
Hmm.
get away from it, right? You got Future, you got all the hottest
You
studs,
got
all
Usher.
the hottest, exactly. Even
Usher
me,
can't
right?
listen
Like
to that.
everybody use that joint, but it's just like to have somebody like Usher say that, which we all know Usher's Usher. So you got to think
Hmm.
about, for him to be hearing that, to be on the plane and to be hearing that, it's just like that's that I could see why he got depressed for that. But it's just like at the end of the day, in my eyes, I'm like, man, Usher, I don't know. I felt like I feel like he brought something. He brought some life changes, stuff to the game. I felt like he brought a little light to it because now auto tune, you know what I'm saying? It's just the sound now. Now it make you got people that really could sing that's using auto tune. You know what I
See,
mean? It ain't like
the
you
issue,
can't.
the issue I have with Usher bringing that up, though, damage, quite frankly, is we just got over them saying you had herpes. Stop it.
Ooh,
And this is why people got to stop hating on other people. You got your stuff, he got his stuff. And the thing I love about T-Pain is T-Pain can actually sing without auto-tune too.
oh
And that's something I
yeah,
like
Very
about
much
that.
so,
he can sing
very
his
much
ass
so. And
off.
it's like Usher, you a legend. Nobody ain't never take that from you. Like Confessions is one of the most greatest R&B albums to date. Like nobody could ever take that from him. The man could dance like no other at the age. Like he's incredible. But I feel like to say, just to say that, you know, you killed music. I feel like that's a strong. Like I don't know. Like
To
You know,
put
that's
that
just
on somebody.
you can't
you
you
you know
can't
what's
really say that like
the craziest part of that story for me, guys, is the fact that T Pain was minding his business and Usher had
yeah.
somebody summons him and
Yeah.
say, "Bring him
Yep.
over so I can crush his
Yeah.
spirit." And
Yeah.
that made me think about the conversation, or like, bring him over to the plane. If T
Yeah,
Pain had just stayed in his seats, he wouldn't have been
but you
depressed.
know
That
what?
made me
But
think.
you know what? Usher, the
What?
fact that you let Chili get away and ended up with
Oop.
Quantasia, that's why you got the problems. Mind your business. All right, let
So
me
my
ask
question.
you.
Oh, I was
You were
gonna
gonna
ask.
say,
I was. I was gonna ask Sean about earlier when we were talking about all the entertainers who fell down the trap. It was because of who was around them, and you said even when you were going through your dark time, it was because of who was around you. How do you vet who to give access to you now? Like, how do you tell yourself don't get up if Usher tells me to get up in the plane? Like,
Yeah,
what is your
now,
system?
yeah, now it's just like I just really did, like I say, like I'm very, 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 very like like now it's just my circle is tight. Before I used to be like, all right, man, this guy's a funny guy. He got a cool up, like, come on, you feel me? Pull up, man. Let's catch a vibe real quick. Now it's just like, okay, dude, like what type of morals you got? What's your intentions? Like, what can you bring to the table? And it don't got to be nothing financially. It just got to be spiritually, mentally. Like, how can you help me become a better version of myself? Like, that's really what it is. I'm not trying to, chill with a dude that's just over here doing all the drugs and he doing all this and he doing all that. Like, no, you got to be the like, perfect example. Like my new assistant I hired. I just literally landed. I just came back from Haiti. I was in the airport like 2 weeks ago, and I seen the kid in the airport, and the kid didn't even know who I was, and the kid just started running up to me, helping me with my bags. He's blind. He's blind in one eye, so he only can see with his left. But the kid was just so like helping and loving, and I'm just looking at the kid. I'm like, yo, kid, like, how much they pay you at this job? And he told me, and I'm like, yo, I want you to come work for me. Like, I forget this job. Like, I want you to be my assistant. And he looked up and he's like, wait, are you serious? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, bro, I want you to be my assistant. He flew out here and, he's here right now. You know what I mean? Like, and he's a child of God. You know what I'm saying? And I got him with me. You know what I mean? So,
Hey,
Oh,
hey.
sac
hey,
passe. Hey,
yeah,
what's
how are
up?
you?
Wait,
yeah.
why were you in Haiti? Like, I'm from my mother's family's from Haiti. So why were you there? Was it a
I
special
went there. I
project?
had a private show for the president, me and Little Mosey. So,
Oh, flex.
You
Okay,
know
nice.
his new manager Wanji is kind of connected in Haiti too. By the
he's
way,
Good
definitely
to
Haitian. So,
know.
shout out to you.
definitely connection.
Great
So
dude, too.
let me go back really quick to the repossession stuff. Was that you living beyond your means, or having a bunch of people around you that wanted you to be extra lit, or just were feeding off of
It
you?
was just like this. It was literally just like this. It was me not. I was trying to like because I lease my cars. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care what nobody want to say. Buying a car is the most dumbest thing ever. As soon as it
I
leaves the
agree.
lot, it depreciate. It don't matter how much money you got. Like I know billionaires that lease cars. So I lease my cars. So with that being said, one of the cars I didn't want no more, which was a Lamborghini Aventador. I didn't want the car no more. So the guy just did a repossession on me. So he got mad because I get my car, all my cars I get from Fort Lauderdale collection. That one car that got repossessed, which is what they say got repossessed, which is the Lamborghini Aventador, was from a whole nother. It was from San Diego Eurosports. That company, I think the guy name was like Mike or something. I don't remember. That guy, he was basically mad that I didn't want the car no more. I had the car for 3 months. I didn't want the car anymore. My payments was like 4,000 a month because
Oh
the
my
only reason why I
god.
didn't want the car anymore because my homie Hassan from Roadstar Motorsports, shout out Hassan, great dude. He's like, yo, Sean, you got on this deal. You put because I put 120 down on the car.
Ooh.
And my payments was like
120,000.
yeah, down on, and the car was for four. The car was for 440. So it was 100, yeah, 100, 100 something thousand down, and my payments was 4,500 a month. So I'm like, the third month, I'm like, yo, I don't want this car anymore. And the guy just got mad, and the guy was like, okay, yo, boom, he just repossessed the car. I was literally, yo, let me tell you how this guy did it too. I'm outside.
Wait,
I'm
wait,
at the
wait, Sean.
mall.
Wait, Sean. And before you tell the story, because I think people need to know, people
Mhm.
that get mad at y'all, celebrities, they
Yes.
tell TMZ they're getting ready to repossess the car. So TMZ puts
Yep.
y'all in the story, and they get free press out of it.
And they
Just
get
want to
free
throw that
press
out.
out of it. And that's exactly what
Hmm.
happened. So I was at Mondrian and I'm literally eating. I get done, right? And luckily I was with a girl, but luckily the girl left. She called an Uber. She went back to her mom's house because her aunt was in a hospital. I remember it like yesterday. Lucky she left because it would have been totally, I mean, it was embarrassing that it was on TMZ and it wasn't the truth. But it would have been extra embarrassing if she was there and she came out and she didn't see the car. Like I literally got done eating and we got done eating or whatever. And I go outside and the valet's just everybody's just looking confused, just starts spinning around. I'm like, what's going on? I see one person like he want to tell me something, but he don't even want to say nothing. So I'm like, man, where my car at?
Wow.
So I see the tow truck making a U-turn. I'm like, yo, my car's on the back of the tow truck. I'm like, what's going on? So I get a text from a guy. I told you, motherfucker, you're playing with the wrong one. I'm like, wait, what's going on? I'm like,
Mm.
boom. My mom called me. She's like, yo, you know, you know, I'm tracking the car right now. I think the people came and told to repo the car. I'm like, wait, what? So I'm calling the guy. I believe his name is Mike. I'm calling him. He's not answering. He's not answering. So by the time I can even, and that's why to say that everything you're saying is correct. By the time I can even like fix the situation or like really get on the phone, because I was gonna be like, all right, dude, listen, dude, how much money you like to get me out of the deal completely? You're mad that I don't want the car, but how much money do you feel like I can even get? Because he was extorting me with the TMZ. He's like, you know what? It's on TMZ already. So I'm thinking he's bullshitting because I go to TMZ, I don't see nothing. Oh my God, Jason. By the time I woke up, everybody named Mama was texting me. It was everywhere. And I'm like, okay, this is crazy. And it broke me down too, because it was like, damn, bro, I got 3 other cars that's in my lot. Like this was the 4th car. I had a Bentley Mosaic.
Well, no, the
I had
thing about it
a,
is, I didn't have Hollywood unlocked at the time, so I couldn't help you. But I remember I was at your house, so it's like you ain't living in this big ass 3-4 story house
Exactly.
with
Like
all the
that's what I was going to
cars.
say. I had a G63 AMG, brand new one,
Oh my
right? I
gosh.
had the Bentley Mosaic. I had the Range Rover Autobiography, and then I had the Lamborghini Aventador. So
Well,
you mean to
my
tell me I can't afford the Lamborghini Aventador, but I got all these other cars?
but
And I'm
this
living
is
in the
my
house that
question.
you came to, like that don't add up, right? So it's like, okay, if I can't afford a Lamborghini, I ain't gonna be able to afford a Bentley Mosaic. That's also 300,000 as well. It's not 400, but it's 320,000. So it's like stuff like that. I feel like people don't really. They don't really defend, and that's what makes it so sad. It's just because they'll read TMZ and they'll just be like, okay, damn, that car got repossessed. No, that car got took because I tried to get out of a deal that this guy tried,
But
me in.
no, no,
Trying to get out.
they'll look at the one story on TMZ and sum up your whole career and say you're broke, and that's the
Yep.
sad
But
part. That's the
but
sad, reckless part. Damage.
why does it? Now, this is my thing. If I had 3 of those cars and somebody did take my car, say if I couldn't afford the car because I don't want, I got 3.
Yeah.
Why does it affect you? Why did it eat at you? Because you know what you got in your bank account. You know
No,
what
I
home
just
you
you
go
got to think
to.
about it, bro. I'm a person. I don't care what nobody say. I look at the
Mm-hmm.
comments. Like a lot of artists, they be like, "Oh, I'm so weird." I don't look at the comments, man. I care what people say because, and it's sad because people are like Sean. People talk bad about Jesus. I understand all that, but I still like when they're saying something that's not true. The perceptions mean so much more. Like it just goes in. Like you feel me? It's just like I don't want nobody to be reading that and just be like, okay, damn. Like how Jason just said, man, this up his bread. Like, nah, it's just like, okay, cool. Like, is it for me? It's just do something because it's like I know I ain't living like that. So I got all these, imagine thousands of people that's just in my like boom, 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 boom. I can't even. I'm like, yo, blowing up. It's just like when I drop a record, I do something positive. Y'all ain't on my like this, but y'all mean to tell me, y'all, you feel me, for some fake news is really going stupid on my like that crazy. And I ain't gonna lie, see here, I don't see it. I do see it. And you know what I'm saying? Just by the hateful, like, it'd be a lot of trash comments in there that people really just try to, and I ain't gonna lie, some of them I'll be like, man, just it just broke me down. That specific situation broke me down
You
because
have
I needed
feelings, yeah. You have
yeah,
But,
feelings.
but, but let me tell you something. I'm going to go ahead and put my own stuff out here. So I had a Dodge Challenger. It wasn't no Aventador. This bitch was probably
Uh,
about $70,000, but I was
not the
proud of
same
that
thing.
Dodge Challenger. Let me tell you, I had forgot a payment or something, or I had changed a credit card and didn't think about it because I wasn't really responsible with my money at the time. And I will never forget. I was driving down the street and they pulled me over and they were like, "Oh, by the way, this car is being repossessed." I was
yes,
like, I don't even want this car anyway because I'm about to go get me another car. Y'all can have that car. So I gave it back thinking I was giving them their car back. And then I checked my credit months later and I had a repossession on my credit.
Oh
So
yeah,
I think
Oh.
self
I think
repo.
I think in our community too, we don't understand, and this is no shade, like we don't work like the white people do. I didn't know that was a repossession. I know now that once I give it back, I
Mm-hmm.
still got to pay for it or I got to work out some
Hmm.
deals. So I wanted to ask you that not as a way of bringing up a painful past, but the fact that like I was around you at the time and knew that you were making all this money and you were extremely successful and you were thriving and you were living, but then online I felt like people were trying to play with you because of that
Mhm.
situation and probably didn't even have all the facts.
Yeah, man, and like I say, now I could look back and I could just be like, those, I feel like just that's all I had to do with the energy. You know what I'm saying? Because now, shout out to Warren G. Like I said, my assistant. That just like it's just that great energy I have around me. That is just like none of that don't even really like nothing really like. As you can see, I ain't been in the media, no jewelry stuff. I've been clean and everything that I ever had. Any lawsuits, whatever been dealt with, and it's been a clean slate, by the grace of God. So I just say, man, all that stuff is in the past, and that's why my new album is called Deliverance. It's called Deliverance because it's a redemption. It's a new me. It's just, what I'm saying. It's like I've been through a lot, but I have a testimony. I got a story to tell, and it's a lot of stuff that I definitely want to get off my chest. And I feel like this album is going. It has a lot it has a lot for me to say in this album.
So now is Deliverance, is this the first album in how long?
It's the first album in 4.5 years.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, are you nervous? I mean, because we know that you're super talented. We know that you're versatile in music. We know you have tons of relationships and can call up almost anybody. When you take such a hiatus, that's literally like a person going through all of high school, right? When you take a 4-year break and come back, and social media is changing, the landscape of music has changed a lot. Is there fear, nervousness? Is there confidence because your fans are there? What are you feeling about it?
See, the thing about it is, I've been writing hits behind the scenes, even when I wasn't. So I kind of can gauge the market. Like as far as I
Mm.
know what sounds. I'm a real musician. I play 3 instruments that people don't know that. I play the keys. I play the guitar. Like I'm gonna show that side as well on this album. But I say all that to say is I'm really into the music part of it. So I know what's gonna be the wave before it even happened. Like I knew Afrobeat was gonna be Afrobeat 3 years before. Like so I already know. So with this album, it ain't no fear. Of course it's probably a little bit of like, what I'm saying? Like I'm like, anxious. It ain't nervous. It's more anxious, like, okay, man, like I want to see what they're gonna think about this record. But it ain't no fear because you know, who God bless, no man curse, no man could curse. And I got so much like heat on this album. NBA Young Boy, free NBA Young Boy, he's on the album. Um, little TJ's on the
G Herbo,
album.
G
G
Herbo.
Herbo, yep,
Girl,
2C,
yes.
2C, Damian Marley, like, Jasmine Sullivan. Like this album is a big album. So
Woo.
Oh wow.
What
Okay.
y'all doing to
Okay.
do? Wait, what you and Jasmine
Well,
Sullivan doing?
I was, I was,
yeah.
about,
listen,
I was
listen.
about to say, Sean. Yeah, now you woke it up. I need you to text Jasmine that Jason Lee is a fanatic for her. Like I live
I
for her.
got you. I got you.
I love her.
I
People say
got
I
you.
look like her cousin. I love her.
Well,
Tell her I
well,
said hi.
well, well. Blue after dark, you look like the more sluttier version.
Jason, stop looking at my stories on Instagram.
I've been on your Instagram. No, so with Jasmine, is it a what? Give us what is that vibe?
That vibe is more like it's a reggae
Oh,
R&B type of vibe for sure.
that's
Okay.
Damn.
sexy.
So,
Have you thought of doing like a live streaming performance thing?
Yeah, like an MTV unplugged type of vibe.
No, my friend, or I can connect Juan with her. She does the NPR music thing. I don't know
Tiny
what's it called?
desk. It's called
Tiny
Tiny
Desk?
Desk.
Tiny Desk.
Yes,
Yes, I
Tiny
would love
Desk
the
to
is
do that.
music
big.
thing.
Yeah, I would love to do that
Tiny
for
Desk
sure.
is
That's all.
major, Jason.
Yeah, I would
First
love
of
to
all,
do that.
first of all, I don't work at NPR. I work at Hollywood Unlocked. I'm saying I know that
Okay.
she does Tiny Desk. That's what it's called. They're in the living room with the band.
It's
Yeah, I
no,
saw
it's
that.
yeah, it's a huge deal. It's a huge
No, but
deal.
It
I
is
could see
easier.
you because I've seen Jasmine do that. I could see you doing something like that because I really feel like your music is so transcendent, like it's beyond just one demographic.
Yeah, I would.
It
When I think of you, I
feels
think of like a
good.
Jason Derulo that can reach people outside of, Compton and Hollywood.
I definitely feel like I would love to do that. Definitely, it would be a blessing. Yeah, definitely let me or Juan G know. Tiny Desk, I'm a fan of that show as well. But I feel like with this album, because it's so musical, I have a lot of elements to it that I think it'll be dope for because it's definitely pianos and acoustics and stuff like that. So I definitely feel like Tiny Desk and elements like that would be a great look for it as well.
Well,
Nice.
now the Deliverance is here and the album is coming. When does it drop?
Right now, I'm not even really focused on the date of the album, I'm just really just trying to pump out these singles. So G Herbo was just a warm up record. Shout out to Herbo. That's one of my great friends. We just warming them up because I've been through so much that I want to let people know, darkest times. It was like I've been through all that, but here I am. But now, since it's summer, we about to just go straight. We about to go straight to the radio smash, the global Sean Kingston
Hmm.
sound. Like we about to hit them. So we got like two more records that's coming. I say like the next 2 weeks, a week and a half, we're gonna do something
Right.
real special. But yeah, the Deliverance album is crazy. It's no date as of now. We just really focus on the singles. But I'll definitely let you, because you family. I'll let you know as soon as we get everything covered on that end.
Nice. Okay, and so before we get out of here, when you think about your career over the many years that you've been doing this now, what is the greatest lesson that you've learned?
The greatest lessons I learned is just you know being who you are is just, it comes with a lot, but just ended up just keep God first. You know what I mean? Just keep God first, like, and just everything's gonna fall into place. For real.
No, definitely. Well, look, I don't know if that's God calling you and telling you to get out of here, but I think we delivered a great episode, and it was great to catch up with you. And if you have a party this summer, I would love to come because, like I said, the Sean Kingston a Pleasure Pea party. If you ain't never been to one of those, you ain't never really had a good time here in Hollywood.
For sure. We about to start doing them too. I think I might do something for July 4th. I'm gonna let you know for sure.
Damage and I
But
are
Don't
coming
don't
too.
just yeah. First
All
of
of
all, yeah,
us.
don't just
let's
let
go.
Jason know.
Man,
So
we
that's what
pull
be
up. We
happening.
vibing, man. The whole
Yeah.
game.
Well, Blue, I saw you got wet earlier when he was talking to you about his artist, and you say he was going to DM him. So I don't know what type of demon time you on, but you tell me when the party is. I'm sure you going to slide first.
We'll be there for some clean
Definitely see.
fun.
All right, well, thanks, Sean. Good luck. Send my love to Mama Kingston and Kirk, too.
Yeah, I love you
Yes.
guys. Hollywood Unlocked, man. Bless up. Thank y'all.
Bye,
Definitely.
love.
Peace.